Dear friends, as what you know, the Institute of Cost Accountants of India is seeking inclusion of cost accountants in the definition of accountant in the new income tax bill. Let's understand point-wise that why Institute seeks to have inclusion in the accountant definition. We have prepared this memorandum for the benefit of all. Let's see certain points which helps you to understand why Institute wants its members to be included as an accountant in accountant definition. Let's go one by one. Number one, taxation is a law. Taxation is not just accounting. So a law which is superior to accounting has to be followed. And there are many ways by which how the income is to be calculated and which are all expenses to be considered for the taxation are given in the taxation law. So let's understand that calculation of income is not just the accounting, but it is also a law. So that is why accountants, especially cost accountants, are confident that they can calculate the law, they can interpret the law, and then find out how much is the profit or how much is the income on which tax is to be paid. Point number two, as stated earlier, that taxation is a law, but besides that, there are specific standards which has been issued by the income tax department. These standards are called as income computation and disclosure standards. So all the incomes under the Income Tax Act are calculated by these standards as well as various provisions of the law. Then various provisions of the law, and hence it is to understand that profit or income or expenses are not just to be calculated by accounting but by way of various provisions of the law and ICDS. Number three, as you know that there is already an inclusion of cost accountants in various clauses of this bill. One of that clause is for the inventory valuation. We are already entrusted by the Income Tax Department to carry out inventory valuation under the section in this bill and as well as the earlier Income Tax Act 1961. Also, for the representation to various authorities in tax system, cost accountants are recognized earlier also, and in this bill also we are expecting us to be recognized, and of course we will get recognition. So that means cost accountants are believed and having faith by various authorities and income tax department for different functions in the same act. Then why not accountant? That is why we request for inclusion of cost accountants in the accounting definition. Number four, institute is established by an act of parliament. Institute has its all mechanism wherein you have disciplinary mechanism, peer review system, quality review board, UDIN, etc. is established by the institute. Institute is also a founder member of International Federation of Accountants, that is IFAC. Besides that, institute also is a member of CAPA, SAFA, AFA, etc. So various international bodies has given recognition to the institute and its members, and that is why we seek inclusion of cost accountants in accounting definition. Number five, institute and its members are recognized under various VAT acts which are still prevailing in this country. Institute and its members are already recognized in the VAT Act, various VAT Acts, as well as in various pronunciation of decisions by the High Court and Supreme Court. The supremacy of cost accountancy has been established. There are various other acts wherein cost accountants are recognized as accountants and also entrusted the responsibility of doing audit of various accounting matters by various authorities. Number six, various committees, that is Standing Committee on Finance or a Committee of Ease of Doing Business, has categorically recommended name of cost accountants to be included as accountant in the Income Tax Act. This has happened in the past, as well as the Direct Tax Code, which was published earlier, has also given recognition to the cost accountant as an accountant in the specific section of the Income Tax Act. Hence, we are again requesting all of you to seriously think about having inclusion of cost accountants in the accounting definition. Number seven, as what you see, ICDS, that is Income Computation and Disclosure Standards, as well as Cost Accounting Standards. If these two standards are compared, there is lot of common text between these two standards. These two standards speaks about specific expenses, method of calculation of income, etc. So we feel that cost accountant should be included in the accountant definition. Number 8. In India, we have specific act which says Competition Act, wherein there are lot of prohibitions against the monopolies. As what you have seen, as an accountant definition or a professional who is doing tax audit, there is only one professional who is recognized for all over the beginning of this act, and hence we want inclusion in this accountant definition because monopoly is not at all good for the country as a whole at any point in time. As well as we feel that if you take example of life insurance corporation, there was monopoly of LIC until some time. After that, government opened the insurance sector, and now you see the difference that insurance has reached to a even common man. So that's the best example that when monopoly is ended, how country is benefited. Number 9, we have two specific papers, one in intermediate and one in final, which talks only about direct taxes. All these sections of the direct tax, nitty-gritties of direct tax, and many other aspects of Income Tax Act are studied in these two papers. So the students, those who pass the examination of cost accounting, are well equipped with the taxation. Besides that, we have papers like auditing, which help students to understand how to do auditing. Therefore, I say that all the cost accountant students, those who pass out, are well equipped to handle the matters related to direct taxation or Income Tax Act, and hence the name of cost accountant should be included as the accountant in the accounting definition. Number 10. Costing starts where accounting ends. After completion of accounting, companies has to do the cost accounting. Once the accounting is over, or maybe while doing accounting also, companies prepare various cost centers. All the GLs are attached with various cost centers. So that means you will have to study GL, you will have to study accounting, method of recording various transactions into accounting, as well as method of recording various transactions into cost accounting or cost centers as well. And therefore, all the cost accountant has enough and adequate knowledge of accounting and accounts. Number 11. Today also, many cost accountants are already working in taxation area. Then why not include cost accountants in the definition of accountant? Number 12. Even today, when tax audit report is filed, you have to file and mention about the adoption of cost audit report in the board meeting. That means while filing tax audit report, you have to consider the cost audit report as well. And if you see the format of tax audit report, at various places it has been mentioned that companies should follow the principles of cost accounting as well, or the principles which has been mentioned in the cost accounting standards. Number 13. As what you know that our economy is growing very fast. We have targeted 5 trillion economy very soon. That's a dream of our Honorable Prime Minister. So businesses are likely to increase and bound to increase. There will be a lot of need of accountants, especially in the sector of finance. When the accountant definition includes cost accountants, it gives an opportunity for cost accountants also to help the government to reach to this 5 trillion target as early as possible. And that also gives an opportunity for the CMA to be a part of these developmental activities of this country. So my request to all of you to seriously think about inclusion of cost accountant in the accounting definition. Thank you so much.